it's your support, it's your generosity that allows our coaches to go into the schools, to go into the homes of these student athletes, and to provide them with an opportunity of a lifetime. We're able to go into the homes of these young people that just stood up and say, we've got a life-changing opportunity for you. We've got a 5-year opportunity that is valued at a minimum of $250,000, $250,000 student athlete to be over the next 5 years. And with that commitment over the next 5 years, we're also going to provide you with living accommodations. You can live in the dorm, or we'll provide you, if you're on full scholarship, with a stipend to cover your living expenses. And it's better than that. We're going to provide you with, on most days, 2 meals a day. We're going to provide you with snacks. We're going to provide you with your nutritional elements to meet your needs over the next 5 years. We're able to do that because of the generosity and the support of you in this room today. Is it going to be an easy 5 years? No, we're not going to promise you that. It's going to be challenging. There are going to be times where you feel like student athletes that you're pushed to the limit, that you can't go any further. But you know what? That's life. When you leave Texas Tech with your degree, business is not going to be easy either. And if you have notions that it is easy, I would ask you to talk to any of the business people in here. Come talk to the gentleman I'm sitting beside, Barry Street, who has a very successful farming and gin business. Ask him if it's been easy building his farm business. But student athlete to be, it gets better. When you come for the next 5 years, we're going to allow you to work with some of the very best professionals in your area of interest. You're going to work with the very best strength and conditioning coaches. You're going to work with the very best nutritionists in this country. And when you leave after 4 or 5 years, you have nothing to repay to us. You have no debt to Texas Tech athletics. And in fact, because of your 5-year commitment, because of the generosity of the people in this room, you're going to earn an additional $1.3 to $1.5 million over your professional career because you graduated from Texas Tech University. That's what data shows, is with a college degree, you will earn an additional $1.3 to $1.5 million over the course of your lifetime. Did I say it's going to be easy? No. It's going to be very hard. It's going to be challenging. And when I was in your chairs, there were times that I wanted to quit, but I didn't. Just like you won't quit, and you'll persevere because there are great things ahead. Because your time as a student athlete at Texas Tech, to the young people that are here, will open doors and provide experiences to you for the rest of your life. Tony Morales, where's Tony at today? Will you stand up, Tony, just for a second so everybody can see you? Tony has a story unlike any student athlete in this country. Someday, when Tony is sitting down and he is interviewing for a job, and the employer asked Tony, you can sit down, Tony. When they asked Tony, tell us about a time when you faced adversity. Tell us when you faced a challenge in your life. If I was Tony, I would say to the person sitting across the table, how much time do you have? Tony's been at Texas Tech longer than I have, I think. He will be a student athlete in college athletics longer than any other student athlete in history of college athletics. When they talk to him about adversity, he can talk about coming on an athletic scholarship and being injured and having surgery, seeing his teammates play, but he's not cleared medically to play. He can see his brother playing, but he can't play because he's injured. It would have been very easy for him to graduate and walk away. But you talk about a young man who has persevered through so much. That's Tony Morales. His experience as a student athlete will open doors for him, will tell a story for him for the remainder of his life. We have a young person within our athletics program today who his coach says is the hardest worker on the team. A coach doesn't make that statement without that being accurate. An athletic director does not stand in front of you and recognize it without it being accurate. This is a young man who's from a small Texas town who had the opportunity to play college football at a school in the Big Ten. He accepted that offer because it was the first scholarship offer he received. He went there, things didn't work out, weren't the right fit for him, wanted to come home, wanted to come to Texas. He walked away from a full scholarship to pay his own tuition. Didn't want his family to pay that tuition, so what does he do? He starts his own furniture restoration business. His success in that allows him to help his family to offset his tuition. Well, he has a scholarship now. And Chancellor Duncan, President Skuvenik, that's the caliber of young man. That type of young man is Nick Shimonik on this football team that we'll watch this year. And just so we know, the Southern Pearl, which is the name of his company, has been put to the side while he focuses on Texas Tech football. I'll tell you about the caliber of young person that we bring to Texas Tech University, a young man who just graduated from Texas Tech. It only took him 3 years. It took me 5. Took him 3. And his grade point average of 3.8 in business and accounting was a lot higher than mine was. But we should not be surprised. He graduated cum laude from Texas Tech University. But you know what? He was a valedictorian of his high school graduating class. This young man also has the lowest drop rate in the Big 12 Conference among wide receivers. That young man is Cam Batson, who will be a starting wide receiver for this football team this year. These are the caliber of young people that athletics brings to Lubbock, Texas, and to Texas Tech University. But you know, we're not perfect. We make mistakes. All of us make mistakes. And athletics teaches that a mistake does not define who you are. In the game of football, we jump off sides, we grab a face mask, and what we learn from our coaches and our educational experiences, those things happen. We're going to get back in the huddle, and the next play we're going to come out and we're going to correct it and not make that same mistake twice. But intercollegiate athletics is bigger than sports. It's about life. It's teaching young people lessons for life. And I'm so proud of one young man that we have in the building today who's going to be a member of this football team this year. He's a business administration major. He's a good young man. He's a great student. And he's not going to let one incident define who he is as an individual. And Dakota Allen, I couldn't be more proud to have you back at Texas Tech and a member of this football program and within our athletics department. Is college athletics perfect today? No, it's far from perfect. But I believe it is worth fighting for because it provides opportunities for our future generations, like my 2 boys that are sitting down here, and the prospects that our coaches continue to bring to this campus. I believe it's worth preserving. We face questions in college athletics that we must respond to, and we must continue to find ways to address. We face questions over student-athlete safety, and we'll continue to face those questions, and we should, because above all else, the safety of those young men and women who stood up today, that's our primary concern. We've got to protect these young people who play college athletics. The Big 12 Conference right now is the defendant in 18 lawsuits that challenge college athletics today. One particular case says there's 36 NCAA rules that are unenforceable and that we ought to be negotiating with our student athletes individually on how we compensate them. We face challenges of unknown in the television industry. ESPN over the last 6 years has lost about 13 million cable subscribers. They're still strong. They still have over 88 million subscribers, but we don't know how the future generations are going to watch athletics on television or on our iPads. It was interesting this summer, the Supreme Court is allowing a case from New Jersey to come forward to legalize sports gambling. So you can imagine the Supreme Court is going to hear this to legalize gambling. If the state of New Jersey is successful, you know the other states are going to line up. These are just a few of the challenges that college sports face. We've made investments in the past few years. We've been able to provide additional nutrition opportunities. We've been able to give our student athletes on full scholarship cost of attendance, which is about $480 in their pocket each month to meet those incidental living needs that they have. We've continued to enhance the medical care, the academic support, the leadership opportunities that they receive. And it's up to the athletic directors, the presidents, the chancellors, the commissioners, the coaches to identify what's next. How do we continue to meet the needs of our student athletes in the future? Can we provide them with greater health insurance when they graduate, when they exhaust their eligibility? Can we provide them continuing tuition opportunities to come back to Texas Tech to achieve their graduate degrees when they're finished? I say all this and I close to say there couldn't be a more exciting time to be in college athletics. There couldn't be a better time because of the young people that I get to represent each and every day, our 400-plus student athletes. And I want to say today that no one does college athletics better than we do. Robert said it earlier, and you're going to hear this over the course of the fall. Our town and our team. Lubbock is our town, and Texas Tech is all of our team. And when the university, when the athletics department, and when this community work together the way that we do here in West Texas to support these young people, nobody in the country does college athletics better than we do. So today, as we leave here and we move forward in our program to hear from our coaches and student athletes with what we came to listen to today, I just ask that we recognize how unique college athletics is in our country, in our world, and that here in Lubbock, Texas, we have an opportunity to do it better than anybody else. And you do that and you show your support by your purchase of tickets, being in attendance, your donations to the Red Raider Club. Thank you for all of your support. Thank you for what you do to allow us to be successful. I promise you this year, you're not going to be disappointed. Guns up.